Hello, and welcome to the next episode of Crystal Healing by yours truly, Lord Moop Cow, at ActivateMaximumPotential.com without the emo. Now, the power of crystals. Ayurveda, having existed in India for at least 2,000 years, Ayurveda, Sanskrit science of life, is one of the world's oldest systems of medicine, a holistic tradition that integrates massage, exercise, diet, and meditation. Ayurveda accords a special role to gemstones. According to ancient texts, the light of the Creator is transmitted to Earth by the planets. Gemstones collect and then radiate this energy. If a person's well-being is affected by inharmonious influences, an Ayurvedic healer can identify which planet is responsible and prescribe the appropriate gem to wear in order to correct the disruption. The list below shows for each Ayurvedic planet the aspects that it represents and the principal gemstone associated with it. Planet and gemstone correspondences. Sun, male aspects, vitality, success, ruby. Moon, feminine aspects, peace of mind, comfort, and well-being, pearl. Mercury, education, intelligence, speech, and humor, the emerald. Venus, love, beauty, art, the diamond. Mars, courage, confidence, physical strength, coral. Jupiter, philosophy, spiritual growth, wealth, and learning, yellow sapphire. Saturn, fame, longevity, sincerity, and justice, the blue sapphire. Rahu, the ascending node of the moon, restlessness, worldly success, force, and selfishness, zircon. Ketu, the descending node of the moon, passivity, spirituality, non-attachment, and selflessness, cat's eye, chrysoberyl. Birthstones. The link between heavenly bodies and gems is continued in the concept of birthstones. Birthstones list vary because some are arranged according to the zodiac and some according to calendar months. The list presented here is an abbreviated amalgamation of the most authentic traditions. However, it is always more beneficial to use a stone to which you are spontaneously attracted, rather than one you feel you should have simply because it's linked to your zodiac sun sign, which is only one aspect of your full birth chart. Aries, March 21st to April 19th, carnelian, bloodstone, jasper, and diamond. Taurus, April 20th to May 20th, tourmaline, tiger's eye, and topaz, in addition to emerald. Gemini, May 21st to June 20th, aquamarine, citrine, chrysocolla, tiger's eye, and pearl. Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd, moonstone, pearl, ruby, and emerald. Leo, July 23rd, August 22nd, ruby, heliodor, sunstone, and clear quartz. Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd, sapphire, peridot, chameleon, and citrine. Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd, lapis lazuli, opal, aventurine, and peridot. Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Obsidian, Herkimer diamond, topaz, and aquamarine. Sagittarius, November 22nd to December 21st. Blue quartz, amethyst, malachite, and turquoise. Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Jet, black, onyx, clear quartz, and black tourmaline. Aquarius, June 20th, Jan 20th until Feb 18th. Amethyst, sapphire, chalcedony, and garnet. Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. Turquoise, pearl, rose quartz, and aquamarine. Healing traditions, the power of crystals. The geology of gems. Minerals are inorganic materials that form naturally in the earth. Minerals of the same type share the same chemical formula, except for impurities. the same ordered crystal structure, they are the most stable form of matter in the universe. Crystal formation, the mechanism that creates crystals, is movement in the Earth's crust. As layers of crust float on the liquid rock mantle beneath, collisions and pressure create fractures that allow superheated liquids and gases filled with different elements to move rapidly toward the surface. As these liquids and gases cool, they often crystallize. The temperature, pressure surrounding rocks and mix of elements all determine which minerals crystallize at a particular place. Crystals and rocks produced in this way are known as igneous. If crystals and rocks are exposed to wind, frost, and water, they begin to erode. Small particles are washed into the sea where they form silt deposits. After many million years of extreme pressure, these deposits become compressed, forming sedimentary crystals and rock. Minerals of this type tend to be softer than igneous crystals as they form at lower temperatures and pressures. Volcanic eruptions bring the fiery processes of igneous crystal formation dramatically to the surface. The healing stone obsidian is created from rapidly cooling volcanic lava, as seen in Minecraft. The power of crystals. The third mode of crystal formation is known as metamorphic. This is where igneous or sedimentary minerals have been resubjected to heat or pressure in the Earth's crust. Although the particles do not melt, they may recombine to form different crystals. As the Earth's crust is continually moving, these crystallization processes are always in progress. We only see the results when veins or beds of crystals are exposed by erosion or are lifted near enough to the surface to be mined. Crystal systems. Crystals can remain unchanged for millions of years because their constituent atoms are arranged in a stable, regular pattern called a lattice. This lattice repeats throughout the crystal and ensures that every crystal of the same mineral will show the same geometrical characteristics, with the same number of flat faces always meeting at the same angles. This precise repetition is the same no matter what size the crystal or whether it is a faceted gem or a dull, rough piece. The crystal's external form is simply a reflection of its internal atomic structure. These shapes have a significant influence over the magical and healing properties of a crystal. The lattices fall into 7 major types. See list opposite. Different minerals that share the same core pattern will have similar basic shapes. Unfortunately, these simple forms are seldom obvious from the external appearance of crystals, owing to the variable conditions in which they form. However, careful scrutiny will allow you to recognize certain identifying traits. For example, the hexagonal cross-section of quartz or emerald. Crystal lattice patterns. Cubic, a cube-shaped lattice. Most crystals of this type consist of a number of interpenetrating cubes, rather than single cubes. Examples: garnet, pyrite, sodalite, diamond, halite, fluorite, and copper. Qualities: releasing tension and encouraging creativity. Tetragonal. This lattice is shaped like 2 pyramids joined base to base, with elongated upper and lower points. Examples: apophyllite, pyramid, zircon, rutile, and chalcopyrite. Qualities: balancing and harmonizing. Orthorhombic, shaped like a small squashed matchbox with all sides unequal in length. Examples: danburite blade, peridot, topaz, and celestite. Qualities: linking, aiding the flow of information. Trigonal. This lattice is shaped like a diamond or a barrel-shaped lozenge. Examples: sapphire, alpha quartz, tourmaline, and ruby. Qualities: energizing and anchoring. Monoclinic, shaped like an elongated squashed matchbox. Examples: selenite wand and kunzite. Qualities: effects movement and perception. Hexagonal, shaped like a hexagonal prism. Examples: aquamarine, beta quartz, emerald, and apatite. Qualities: organizing and supporting. Triclinic, this lattice is the most variable, having no set angles or lengths. Examples: kyanite blade, labradorite, and ulexite. Qualities are opening and protective. The power of crystals. Your crystal collection. Every year, hundreds of minerals are discovered. Most are of little interest to the crystal healer, as they are often too delicate, rare, small, or toxic to be of practical use. In fact, the proportion of crystals used by healers through the age is tiny compared to the wealth of minerals within the Earth's crust. Availability, durability, and safety, as well as effectiveness and versatility, should be considered when collecting stones and crystals for healing. Pay attention to your intuitive preferences, but make sure that you keep a broad-based selection. Crystals are marketed like any other consumer goods, and common minerals are remained to capture the imagination. Not all commercial names relate to the true mineral name. For example, turquoise is actually dyed howlite and bears no relation to turquoise. When buying stones, always try to check their mineralogical names so you know exactly what you are getting. It is easy to misidentify and mislabel crystals, and store owners can make mistakes, so take time to learn crystals' characteristic shapes and colors. What to look for? Whatever the size or outward appearance of a stone, it is the internal structure, its lattice, that makes the crystal a unique healing tool. It is therefore not important whether a stone is large or flawless or small and battered. The visible shape and geometry of a stone has nowhere near as much effect as its visible atomic lattice. Common forms of crystal. Your crystal collection. Mineralogical samples. Crystals are groups of minerals still on their matrix rock base or in the form in which they were found. Crystal clusters. A number of crystals sharing a common base. Quartz clusters, particularly amethyst bases, are popular. They can keep the energy in a room positive and cleanse other stones. Single crystals. Recognizable by their geometric shapes, single crystals have flat, angular sides and faceted ends, called points, or terminations. The base is usually rough where the crystal has been separated from its matrix. Tumbled stones. Lesser grade or damaged crystals can be polished with gravels until they resemble rounded, water-worn pebbles. This enhances their color. They are relatively inexpensive and easy to place on the body, so form the core of any crystal healer's kit. Worked crystals. These are shaped and pointed from large blocks and polished into massage spheres, freestanding polished crystals, and slices, which may be decorative or used in healing. Faceted gems and carbocons, dome-cut stones, are used in jewelry and can be of use. In the next video, we will talk about the power of crystals, building a healing kit, caring for your crystals, and cleansing and charging, amongst other topics. Thank you so much for listening to Activate Max Potential. This has been Lord Moobcow and the Head Scribe Jeeves, signing off. Good day to you.